Freedom must not, cannot, and will not die here.
Tonight, a decisive defeat for the Republican who has made it her mission to bring down Donald Trump. Liz Cheney losing to her Trump-endorsed opponent, Harriet Hageman, for the state's lone congressional seat.
This primary election is over, but now the real work begins.
But Liz Cheney's concession was really a call to arms.
This is not a game. Every one of us must be committed to the eternal defense of this miraculous experiment called America.
The 56-year-old mother of 5 vowed to keep Trump out of the White House.
I have said since January 6th that I will do whatever it takes to ensure Donald Trump is never again anywhere near the Oval Office.
For months, Cheney has been leading the congressional investigation into Trump's actions before and during the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol, making the case he bears responsibility for the riot and much more.
Donald Trump cannot escape responsibility by being willfully blind.
Most of her constituents in deep red Wyoming disagreed.
I would vote for a Democrat before I would vote for Cheney.
Why did you not vote for Liz Cheney?
Because I did not feel that she represented the Republican Party. She took off on her own.
She thought that she knew what was right for Wyoming residents. Sorry, Wyoming residents know what's right for Wyoming residents.
Her stand made Liz Cheney Donald Trump's top target as Republicans in Congress stripped her of her leadership position.
The Liz Cheneys of the world, we got to get rid of them.
Trump basically declared Cheney a traitor because she voted to impeach him.
She has gone crazy. People of Wyoming are going to tell her, Liz, you're fired. Get out of here. Get out of here.
He even came to Wyoming to campaign against her.
This is the most important election that we have right here, state of Wyoming. This is a symbol. You got to win, you got to win. Otherwise, it's going to be a terrible thing for our country.
Trump's candidate, Harriet Hageman, an election denier and proponent of the big lie, won decisively.
Today, Wyoming has spoken.
For months, Cheney has been behind in the polls. Her father, the former vice president and Republican icon Dick Cheney, has steadfastly stood by her side, blasting Trump in this campaign ad.
There has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump.
Good to see you. I spoke with the younger Cheney in late June, her first interview since the January 6th hearings began. She was not backing away from her criticism of Trump.
Do you have any doubt that he broke the law, that he is guilty of criminal violations?
There's no question. I mean, a man as dangerous as Donald Trump can absolutely never be anywhere near the Oval Office ever again.
But Wyoming remains Trump country. He won 70% of the vote here in 2020, more than any other state.
President Trump was an excellent president for the United States of America and especially for the state of Wyoming.
Hageman capitalized on the frustration within Trump's base.
We're fed up with the January 6th Commission and those people who think that they can gaslight us. And we're fed up with Liz Cheney.
It's amazing to me how Liz Cheney went from political royalty in the Republican Party to a pariah. That is indicative of how drastically the Republican Party has changed in just a few years.
Trump has made it his personal mission to get vengeance on the House Republicans who voted to impeach him. 4 decided to retire rather than seek re-election. And 4 more, including Cheney, have lost their primaries to Trump-backed challengers.
It's a revenge tour. And it's a tour that I think he's been relatively successful on, given his track record.
Hageman was once a Trump skeptic and Cheney supporter herself. But now,
I will do everything in my power to make America great again.
she's a Trump loyalist and rewarded with his endorsement.
Wyoming deserves a congresswoman who stands up for you and your values, not one who spends all of her time putting you down, going after your president in the most vicious way possible.
Hageman is a staunch defender of Trump, echoing his false claims of election fraud.
We have serious questions about the 2020 election.
Trump's baseless claims that there was rampant voter fraud and cheating at the ballot box have been repeatedly proven false. Still, according to ABC News partner 538, there still are at least 170 Republican Senate, House, Governor, Attorney General, or Secretary of State nominees who have won their primaries running on an election denier platform. An additional 57 Republican nominees have questioned the election's legitimacy but stopped short of fully denying it. Some here in Wyoming were hoping Cheney could eke out a victory with the support of an unlikely group, Democrats, who Cheney urged to vote for her. Allie Nolan is a lifelong Democrat who switched her party registration and has encouraged her friends to do the same.
What I love about Liz Cheney is that she is willing to stand up for democracy, right? I don't necessarily agree with her on a lot of issues, but on this one incredibly important topic, I really do.
Nolan says she's personally convinced about 200 Democrats to change party registration this year, which voters can do up until Election Day. The process just takes minutes.
I'm kind of surprised that more people don't play this game, if you will, but to be able to vote for the person that most aligns with your values, whatever party it is, I feel like is really important.
I think it's a sign of the times to think that the Congresswoman could be the darling of Democrats in a state like Wyoming, where she is really a staunch conservative.
In fact, Cheney voted with the former president 92.9% of the time in her congressional career on issues like immigration and abortion, though her stance has changed on same-sex marriage after feuding with her younger sister who came out as gay.
She is not a moderate in any way, shape, or form. She is still a Cheney. There are going to be positions when it comes to the economy, when it comes to climate change, when it comes to abortion, when it comes to gun rights, where she is just not going to be in the same place as many Democratic voters.
But Cheney's conservative viewpoints didn't dissuade Democrats like Allie.
With people like me, her work on the January 6th committee has really made us take a different look at her and understand that she is playing from a place of integrity, that she is more thoughtful and flexible than I thought.
Cheney has a little over 4 months left in her term, during which she'll wrap up the investigation into January 6th. Her political future is unclear, but now her national star has risen. A presidential run is not out of the question.
I would suspect that even with a loss in her primary, that is not the last we will see of Liz Cheney. I suspect she's preparing to run for president potentially in 2024, where she can continue to be a voice of reason, a voice of conscience for the Republican Party, and a thorn in the side of former President Trump if he decides to run again.
Soon to be out of office, but not silenced.
This is a fight for all of us together. I'm a conservative Republican. I believe deeply in the principles and the ideals on which my party was founded. I love its history, and I love what our party has stood for. But I love my country more. So I ask you tonight to join me. As we leave here, let us resolve that we will stand together, Republicans, Democrats, and Independents, against those who would destroy our republic.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.